Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hades, where it is a new day. I feel refreshed. I've got a whole lot of Mountain Dew in me, which is maybe a good sign and maybe a bad sign. I guess we'll see. And I'm thinking about tweaking the Pact of Punishment. But before we do that, let's talk about this. I think we're going to feed the sword a little bit of blood. We're pretty close to getting another big influx of ambrosia, and I think we're going to change the Pact of Punishment a little bit to just sort of like tweak our victory rate up a tiny amount, and so we should start getting resources coming back in that way as well. I think we can afford to level this up, and I kind of want to. I actually think this is a really cool aspect, and even if it's not 100% perfect for the thing we're doing here, I would like to just have it leveled up to play with in the future. So I think we're going to feed it 2 blood, and then I'm going to think about feeding it even more. When we get the 15 ambrosia, we could just turn it all into blood and jam Guan Yu full of it, I suppose. What is the thing... Hold on. The thing you get for getting a fancy aspect up to the top is more ambrosia, right? Yes. Reach the surface with the hidden aspect to get 2 ambrosia. We still have... Oh yeah, these are all the hammer boons, right? We're working on them. We're taking new hammer stuff when new hammer stuff is offered to us. It's just gemstones, but we have use for gemstones. Oh, speaking of gemstones, we have use for gemstones. I have a whole bunch. Let's maybe go and buy some cosmetics before we get a move on here today. Not you. What am I doing? You. What kind of cool stuff do we want? The West Hall could still use some love. I think we've done some great work in the lounge. I feel selfish improving my bed chambers, and also there's not really that much stuff to put in there. You know what? I am going to get a fancy recliner.
I think we'll go with this.
We're going to do that.
Crippling compulsion to commission objects I am never ever going to sit on.
This is for guests, Zagreus.
Myself and Cerberus.
Oh, interesting. That's actually true, isn't it? Oh, we could put some more cool stuff in the lounge, though. This spice rack is really neat.
How about this, contractor? House contractor, I have a new job for you.
What are we supposed to do with that?
It's a great question. I assume, without the spices, I assume the fish are going to be either pretty bland or very fishy, so, you know. This probably helps, even though I don't think anybody ever eats them. And then, yeah, West Hall. People should have better rugs, more places to sit. Nobody's allowed to sit. No sense in that. Let's go for a chthonic rug. I can't tell if there are going to be skulls on that, but I think of these ones, well, Sanguine might have skulls on it. I want a rug that's got skulls on it. Hopefully that doesn't come as a big surprise to anybody. Let's go for this one.
By my decree, this house is not a house without this rug.
Meddling with rugs again, are we?
Okay. Alright, no skulls, but still pretty good. I'm still pretty happy with that rug.
And you did what?
Somebody's got to make this place a little bit more livable, and it's certainly not going to be you, Dad.
Looks good, I guess.
Yeah, and, you know, the color scheme suggests who I might have purchased that for.
The ever-energetic prince, alas, remains incapable of sitting still, even with such a supple, comfortable seating arrangement nestled in his chambers now.
I just prefer to stand, all right?
Listen, sitting down is very expensive in terms of animation and new sprites and whatnot. Yeah, so I think we're then good to go out there. We got to keep feeding nectar to the Olympians. Do I want to convert 2 ambrosia into blood and take this thing up to 30% bonus cast damage? I'm going to do it. I am going to do it, perhaps unwisely. What does it take to buy ambrosia again? We definitely have a standing trade available. It's 2 diamonds. Okay. Well, at this point, I think we don't really need diamonds very much, so we could do some of that. Yeah, let's buy 2 Titan blood.
Fix me here.
Really push this thing, and, you know, we'll just, like I said, we'll turn down the Pact of Punishment a little bit so that we can get some more wins. I have some complicated feelings about that I wanted to get to here, and we will do so in a moment when we are looking at it.
Stygius, reveal your secrets.
Hey, whoa, what?
Alright, so, Oops, I don't have the aspect. I just upgraded it a bunch and then didn't even equip it.
Poseidon.
I know we've won with Poseidon's sword before, but it's a good sword, you know? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We're going to pull down forced overtime. I think I'm barely getting hit by stuff all the time due to just, like, not quite being fast enough. And, like I've said before, I want it to be the case that I have to play well to win, right? If the win is 80% likely to happen, I'm not going to be having that much fun. That said, there's definitely a point where I've tuned it up too high, and I'm not having fun in the other direction. As this is like the both the magic and the curse of an of a very, very adjustable difficulty system like this, is that if you leave the tuning to me, there's all kinds of ways I can do a bad job. And I think for right now we're going to pull forced overtime, even though I do think the correct way to deal with it is for me to just get better enough to deal with it. Because it's creating a situation that's, like, definitely frustrating for me. So do we want middle management? Or I'd still like to be at 15 heat if we can. I think 15 heat's a pretty good level. So we gotta make up 3 heat here. Obviously, an instance of damage control is basically no penalty at all. They won't let me do more than, more than 2. I was kind of thinking, what if we just put 3 damage control up? Routine inspection, I don't want that. We really want these because we're hunting duo boons right now. Heightened security is going to lead to very embarrassing losses, which is bad in its own way, right? It might be middle management. Yeah, like, this could make Elysium mini-boss encounters pretty tricky, and we probably don't need to really be turning up the difficulty on Elysium specifically. But there aren't a lot of extreme measures is the only thing where we can turn up the difficulty in a way that only affects the early part of the game. I kind of wish there was more stuff like that. I want to flatten out the difficulty curve over the course of the run a little bit, and we don't really have a lot of things that do that. I think we may just do middle management. Okay, and this way we can still take Erebus gates in Elysium. And also, it feels like this is a good general difficulty for us, right? Some wins, some losses. It's just, I think, forced overtime in particular was kicking my ass in a way that's limiting the fun for me. Okay. Don't go. Hold on.
That a fancy weapon there or what?
Is this the right keepsake? I don't think that it is. I don't remember. Because we're going for an Ares Artemis thing, or an Ares Poseidon thing. We should probably take Poseidon first. Let's get the flood shot. And then we'll figure everything else out after that. Plus, you know, Poseidon just has a raft of good boons. He's got a lot of good stuff available. Alright, let's do it.
That ought to liven things up.
I'm very curious how this duo boon cast actually behaves. Alright, start with a hammer, why not? You know, that's definitely interesting. Sort of makes this run practice for Guan Yu. You have minus 60% max HP. I'm assuming that will continue to apply to things that provide more max HP to us in the future. But it looks like maybe this one doesn't also lower current healing. Hopefully we can get Flurry Slash after this.
Need all the firepower I can get.
I mean, this definitely seems like it could be super powerful, right? And it seems like it's going to be a lot easier to get the healing rolling with this than it is with Guan Yu, where you have to do a long cooldown attack that leaves you... Or not long cooldown, but a long wind-up attack that leaves you stationary for a considerable amount of time after you do it. Who knows? Maybe this will end up being a bad idea, but, you know, we're just working through all these prophecies.
Safekeeping.
Yep. We did, in fact, only get 40% of the max HP gain that we expected from that. Okay. It'll be an interesting one. Yeah, it's so easy to heal with this thing. And this is definitely like tutorial mode Guan Yu, right? Oh, right, I have a thing. I I don't know if it was obvious, and I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but I was definitely trying to charge up a spin attack there. And I was like, why isn't that... Don't I have a thing for this? But yeah, it's a different button. With this weapon, it's a different button. Alright, so what I really need is some AoE. You know, a little bit of Flood Shot would not go amiss. All the way up to 50 max HP. Obviously, we've got this under control. Chaos Gates are going to be so scary. And I'm hoping that the burst damage we get out of being able to cast 3 times here is going to be worth not having the constantly replenishing Bloodstone. I actually really like that mirror talent. I think it may well be better than this one, but I've also been very forgetful about switching back. Are you one of the ones I was... You are. Who are we most up with? It's probably Demeter, right? Are we planning to take Demeter on this run? Oh, we actually can't. Okay, good to know. Well, we were feeding Ares, and we are planning to go Ares, so I'll save the nectar we have right now for him.
Why, little Hades, it is awful murky where you are, but if I'm not mistaken, and I never am, you wield fearsome Styx. She once belonged to me, you know. Not quite my type, but we sure had our times. You take good care of her for me.
I guess we've been exhausting a lot of the sort of like the situation-dependent boss line, or character lines, because now we're hearing a lot of people just talk about whatever weapon we're holding at the time. Obviously, we are into Floodshot. Give me this. And then I guess also 10 more max HP. Oops. Okay, that is definitely a danger. Oh, out of curiosity. Yes, okay, it is indicated. I was going to say, I didn't realize we needed to watch out for that version of that attack, because I didn't realize that guy was elite, because we couldn't see the armor on account of the color of the health bar. But they do still have the little shield next to the blue heart on their HP bar if they're elites. So there is still an indicator, I just have to pay more attention when we are using these settings. What are we being offered? 200 gold versus Dionysus, and... I mean, we're not shopping. So, what would we take from Dionysus here? Also, what else do we still need? Who else is still on the list of duos? Dionysus is not, which makes me reluctant to get involved with his stuff. For Ares, this one we're working toward now is the last one. It's the case for Poseidon as well. We still haven't done that Zeus Aphrodite one. Yeah. Unfortunate. I think we're going to skip Poseidon. Oh yes, and Stubborn Roots, right. Stubborn Roots. Well, I mean, this isn't too bad. I don't necessarily think Stubborn Roots is very good, but I do think both of these gods are very good, so that one certainly will not be painful to go after. But I think, regardless of the love we would get from Family Favorite on that, we're going to take this and be ready to do some shopping next time the shop is offered.
Time now to pay your dues.
And you know, while we still have just the normal Flood Shot, we're definitely going to get some value out of this Poseidon aspect. Feels appropriate to use it with Flood Shot. Okay, I should probably handle these guys. The crystals are relatively high danger. Oh, this guy also, relatively high danger. It's really easy for the crystals to quickly deal a single point of damage to us in a way that will be very frustrating in terms of rewards. Oh, okay, maybe this is too large of a number of enemies. Did we pop that guy? No, we broke his shield. Okay. I'm not really sure what the right approach is here. I can't believe I dashed so far in that I missed the special. Very embarrassing. Alright. I feel like this is too many enemies.
Stay dead.
The float shot curved around the wall in a way that was actually super good for us there. Well done. I do appreciate that the penalty for being dumb and shooting into the wall with the retrievable bloodstones is very, very low.
Thought I won't miss a couple coins.
I think this right here, honestly, might be the biggest benefit of going to Erebus, the fact that you always get a broad selection of rewards afterward. So, you know, we could end up on that Aphrodite and Zeus thing. We could try to hunt both of those boons right now, both of those duos right now. I think that's compelling. Let's go for that. Plus, we know Poseidon and Zeus play really well together.
Alright, you sneak.
Oops. Oh, interesting. It's not one additional armored enemy on this one. It's constantly spawning grabby hands. That makes sense. These are a pain in the ass for this fight. Yeah, that does complicate things somewhat, huh? Oh, I don't think we got any damage for knocking him into the wall on that. So one thing I'm not paying attention to, because I'm fighting for my life right now, but I do need to start paying attention to, is whether we're getting 2 damage per attack per hit. Like when I swing my sword in the normal attack and I hit 2 enemies, am I getting healed twice? I think we are. I think based on what we just saw there, we probably are.
Well, look at you there, love. So well prepared to take on any danger that may come. But I must wonder, are you well prepared for this?
I'm pretty sure, we're gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure the prereqs for this boon are just any of the basic 5 from both of them. Yeah. Okay. Well, we are only offered Heartbreak Flourish from her. I think that's totally fine. And then, like, Zeus Dash, or Zeus Attack, or Zeus Aid would all be pretty solid for us, so we'll just pull whatever he wants to give. I do like just having bonus cast damage, you know? Even outside of the gimmicks and whatnot. A lot of the casts are balanced in such a way as that they are very powerful by default, and so anytime you can buff them up is pretty good. I will say, though, I don't know who that Demeter Aphrodite thing is for. And probably you don't really want to be doing it in Elysium of all places. Ah, damn it. Ooh, that was close. There we go. Trying to push them into each other. Now, obviously, it would be okay to get Artemis in this build as well for exit wounds, but we can't necessarily guarantee exit wounds, and hunting down the duos is still more important than doing well in the actual run.
Again.
Stop him, Riches, now!
Caught out.
You know, I wasn't really thinking about this, but actually, a cast that is multiple small pulses of damage will be really good against the damage protection. Oops. Yeah, I did that. I did definitely dash onto that. I was hoping the explosions would be large enough to finish off the pile as well.
Almost there.
Yeah, the wall slam stuff with Poseidon I think is really, really good. And they've done a great job of balancing the gods such that there's not really one whose bonuses I don't like. Like all of them have not just like numerically effective stuff, but also stuff that's really cool and fun to do. I guess maybe Aphrodite is the one who's sort of like the most boring and straightforward and numerical. We don't need to buy any. What am I doing? Why am I even considering any of this? I guess we're late enough in the biome that Jerky would probably still have been active during a boss fight, during the boss fight. There we go. That one finally did the thing I was trying to have them do. Oh, it's terrifying. Oh, it's terrifying. Good iframes, though. And I like the fact that the Poseidon stuff especially makes positioning more relevant. Like, I'm actually, like, trying to move to a spot where I will be more likely to push enemies into a wall. That stuff just adds some fun to combat. Some little, like, moment-to-moment optimizations you can do that feel good when you do them correctly. Ah. I forgot how much the thrust moves you forward, and I almost blew myself up with a pot because of it. It turns out, even after all the runs, sometimes the game is still difficult.
Not yet.
I don't know if you guys were aware, based on everything that's happened over the last 3 or 4 episodes, but sometimes the game is still difficult. We do just need more damage, though. I put myself in a position here.
I'm empty.
Let's try to make ourselves a little bit of a path here. Aha, now who has the area damage?
I can't.
Apparently there's still... There he is.
Gods grant me strength.
Yeah, this is a pretty good time for a palm. Like, both of our palmable boons are very good with a pomegranate. Obviously, if we can get a rarity boost on either of these, it would be phenomenal. What do you have? You have health. I don't actually need you. We're gonna get to talk to Sisyphus, which is fun. And to Boldy. He's my therapist now, so you know that'll be good for us.
Hey, hey.
Hello. Hey, sir. I've always wondered, what were you like back when you were alive? Were you always this wise?
Might surprise you, Highness. I have a bit of royalty in me myself. Not on your level, mind, but I was very much a king. Though, I'll be honest, I wasn't much of a good man.
Huh. I thought I sensed the royalty in you. Although I can't imagine you as anything besides the gentleman I know you for, my friend.
Well, that is awful kind of you to say. Though I would like to think my punishment here wasn't without warrant. At least I've had a lot of time to think it through.
We're probably just taking gold here, right? Like, I do need darkness as well. I'm assuming that the darkness he gives us wouldn't actually give us max HP. And we have a ton of money, but we also spend a ton of money over the course of a run.
Most excellent.
Thank you, mate.
Oh, I'm allowed to give nectar to Boldy? I mean... we should at least try, right? He's not gonna take it. He's a rock. I'm gonna try.
What's the latest, Boldy? Had any good tumbles down that hill of late?
Hey, what a surprise.
Well,
Baldy has
Wait.
got you covered.
It said my codex updated. Is Boldy actually on the... He's not, though, right? Like, here's Sisyphus. And what category would he even be under? I would think of him as an other of note. He's certainly not a river denizen. Still some kind of enemy we've not seen yet. What What could possibly be left? Artifacts? Fables? Is he a fable? No. So we read some of this, right? When Fidi first emerged from the darkness, she grew very concerned as to why she was forced to slither bodily along the ground. Yeah, we read that part. She crawled deep into a hole, ashamed and angered by the world's cruelties. Boy, I have been there. Various creatures gathered, concerned for her, and attempted to draw her out, but Fidi only dug deeper. She thought they were deceiving her. By the time Mother Night found her, she was very hungry and alone. Now, Fidi has a new perspective on the world, and she no longer needs to crawl, for she travels wherever whomever she is given to wishes to go. Huh. Did Nyx turn an actual living creature into a Beanie Baby? Is that what happened? I am remarkably uncomforted by this.
Boldy, how do you handle being trapped in Tartarus for all eternity, doomed to be pushed up and down a hill repeatedly for no good reason?
Okay, solid answer. So, I mean, it really did give our nectar away. Okay, apparently we need to hold on a damn second. You believe in Boldy, and Boldy believes in you. Oh. Okay. Weird. Well, I mean, I'll take it. I guess we need more nectar. Boy, we sure can afford to buy all of this. Hooray.
Cheers, mate.
So I do think we could afford to take Divine Strike. Right, we can just take any Zeus boon. There's plenty of room for that. Oh, Ares. Is the Ares prereq for the Ares duo that we're doing also just any of the basic 5? Well, sorry, not any of the basic 4. Obviously not cast. Yeah, it is. So, we are cutting down on the room we have to be offered the boons we want if we take a thing that's not a prereq that we actually need. So, I might just take, like, bronze skin, and I don't really want to spend a reroll here because we want to use those when we're hunting for the duos. Like, I want Athena in the build, but I don't think I want to give her Divine Strike, even though Deflect on attack is awfully good. Now, you know what? I'll do it. So then we need Ares Dash and Zeus Call, or vice versa.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
Flurry Cast I don't think is very interesting. Why don't we just be even faster? If we open this up, this is a prereq for that one that gives you damage from your bonus speed, right? So if we open this up, maybe it'll give us, maybe he'll offer that thing to us, which would be nice to have. Just flat damage bonus is awfully cool. Yeah, and I don't want to spend a reroll, so maybe Flurry Cast would have been right there. It so much depends on what the actual form of our Duo Boon cast is, and since we know so little about it.
I'm back, ladies.
Oh, man.
Well. Oh, it's the god of trash come once again to filthy up this place. You're getting real predictable, you know.
I could say the same about you.
Considering I beat you last we met, I'd be much more concerned with your predictability than mine.
Got her.
Don't want to hear it from you, trash. Just want to see you bleed. Now you come here.
Well, she's pretty easy to set off, it turns out. Ah. Oh, that's bad. I assumed she was gonna make more circles into the middle of the chamber, because that's what she always does. She caught me off guard. Okay, this is dangerous. I forgot how little health we had. Yeah, see, like that. Apparently that's not a thing that needs to be the case. Alright, sometimes we gotta just, like, get clear for a second. Oh, bad. That's a bad time for me to have just dashed. Ooh, okay. Just gonna spend a second here. Actually, with our move speed buffs, we can just run fast enough to get clear of a lot of these circles, which is actually really nice. Make sure she's boiling. Ah, that's overdid it a little bit. Moving too fast for my own good. boy. Didn't do a good job there. I would love to be able to see what the hell is happening. We're so close, and I'm trying not to tunnel vision. I'm trying to just dodge the circles back and forth. Ooh. We healed for a lot over the course of that fight. I don't know exactly how much, but it was a lot. Yeah, geez, we're almost at full health. This, I mean, seems very powerful. It seems like a very powerful thing. Same in the same way as Guan Yu. Now, to be clear, a very powerful thing that I might not be responsible enough to use correctly, but still very powerful. So yeah, are we pushing Zeus or Aphrodite first? Or Zeus or Ares first, rather. I think let's go Ares. I am more interested to see what this duo boon actually is. The other one, the Aphrodite one, like we know what that's going to do, right? Do I want to take a Night Spindle? I think I do. With us actually being able to use that against the boss, it's each use of it is like pretty significant. I mean, obviously we can only use it once against Hades, but so we can have it for the Hydra plus Theseus plus Hades plus one other scary room, and it probably will be a scary room in Elysium. Probably it'll be the mini boss room in Elysium, right? Hey, look at this. No pussyfooting around. Ares is here. He is ready to do the thing. I just realized I don't know what the origin of that phrase is, and there's a non-zero chance that it comes from a not great place. You know, English. We got a lot of phrases that come from not great places. Also, a lot of phrases that are about. One thing I've learned recently is that if you hear a weird phrase and you're like, geez, what could possibly be the origin of such a strange set of words? There's like an 80% chance it comes from horse racing. A lot of real weird phrases related to horse racing. And boats. There's a lot of other ones that come from nautical stuff. Where are you? Aha! Get over there.
That's something.
You bear the blessing of Athena, yes? She would protect you from your enemies, whilst I would rather that you slay them and be done.
We can do a little bit of both, though, right? I will take this. This is totally cool. I didn't screw that up, right? Sorry, I know. I look at the codex about 15 times an episode. Yes, okay, cool. We are all prereqed up for that one. And then for the other one, we just need Zeus Dash, which I think is a pretty good one. And yeah, we gotta take this. I think a rarity boost on our current boons is so powerful.
Oh, hey. I'd say make yourself at home, hon, but you look like you got cooler places to be.
Alright, yeah, give me that delight.
Excellent.
Feeling better already.
Okay, Greater Haste I don't feel so good about, but Ares' Aid is a fine upgrade.
Thanks again.
That is totally cool. And you know what? If we end up getting that damage boost based on your speed thing, then an upgrade to the haste is 5% bonus damage, right? Because each level of the haste is 10% move speed. Wow, this is getting a little crowded over here. Let's just give some people some stones to hold on to. All right, time to give me my stone back. I think I knocked it out of him in the lava. Ugh. I don't think we are yet in a position where it makes sense to call. Yeah, I mean, this is like the reason I was excited about the Guan Yu thing, right? Is that the way the game is designed, being able to heal in the middle of rooms is like very, very powerful. And it turns out still true, just as true as it was when we saw it there. Yeah, there has to be some kind of horrific penalty attached to it, because otherwise you would be wildly overpowered. Hey, I feel pretty good about that. I deflected that bomb accidentally and then pushed that guy into the deflected bomb on purpose. And it felt very cool. So cool that I had to make sure everybody understood exactly what I did there. I need everybody to be proud of me at this moment. Listen, it's rough. When your work involves video games, you can't really, like, rely on your parents to be proud of you because they don't understand anything about your job. Ah, nope, get away from me. I was so nervous when I dashed in there, I was like, oh wait, did I count correctly? Is that the number of attacks? Alright, get in the lava, you. Damn it. Can't get around this thing. I thought I was supposed to be good at maneuvering now.
Message for you, boss. It says, you're rather slow. If only somebody could help you out with that. Huh, fancy that. What a coincidence.
I really love the idea that Hermes is, like, not super great at reading, and so the only time he speaks slowly is when he is reading something, or pretending to read something. Yeah, I'll take Greater Evasion. I think that's fine.
Time to pick up the pace.
Again, trying to save those rerolls for when they are really necessary. Do we want a Trove Tracker? Am I about to go shopping? Ooh, we could. We could also grab... We should probably be going for boons. Are we... We're not on prereqs for this, because we don't have the Demeter thing yet. But we should go this way and hunt for that. So yeah, I think we're going to pass on the gold, and if I'm not going to the shop, that means that it's perfectly reasonable to buy the Trove Tracker.
Just what I need.
In the position we're in, healing off of fighting, probably it is the case that we'll be okay. We won't really lose much off of doing a Trove, and I think that I would be happy to take darkness or money or gemstones now. Oh hey! Why do their attacks have glowy stuff on them? I mean, I'm just going to stand back here and play defense. So glad I decided to go ahead and take that Athena boon. Well, you know, if you guys are going to walk right over, obviously I will do the thing. I'm not sure why their attacks have glowy, like... It looks like deflection on them. It's clearly not them being deflection-proof, which I'm sure they're, at this point, quite annoyed about. Oh god. I'm getting hemmed in pretty bad here. Okay. Trying really hard not to go into the lava.
Well, I, for one, had a lovely time.
Well, my hell-born kin, I have to say that there are times I wish I could have been acquainted with your father somewhat more, if you'll forgive my saying so. My father and my uncle here, they're predisposed quite differently than I.
I totally believe that. Also, this has got to be duo boon text, right? I'm very happy about this.
Perhaps if you were not so odd and made more effort to be somewhat more approachable, Ares, then we'd have more in common, you and I. Should you need any tips on that, why, you just let me know.
Alright, Curse of Drowning. Awesome.
Combined power.
Okay. And it still has the water effects in it, so I bet it is knockback. Which is interesting. It's an interesting choice, but the pulses are so far apart that you could theoretically push someone back, dash after them, push them back again. So I guess that's how you're intended to use it, probably. If we can pick up, like, Razor Shoals now, I think it could be very good indeed. That said, screw these guys. Oh no, okay, it looks like maybe it doesn't push him back, which is also good. If it doesn't push him back, obviously that makes Razor Shoals less fun. There's a very, very small amount of knockback. Not enough that they would lose, not enough that you would lose melee fix on them, but enough that they would get ruptured. So it really is, it's the best of all worlds. Well, this seems great then. I'm very glad that I have plus 30% damage on it. It's kind of neat. It is sort of like, it puts the Doom Sword over your head, the Sword of Damocles. And it really is sort of you getting doomed with your Flood Shot. This is actually a really cool design that does feel like a combination of the two things. don't know if you guys know this, but I think that probably I think that the people who designed this game have done a lot of good work in a lot of ways. Oof. 14 damage directly to my dome. We gotta get in here and mess some people up. Did I? I did. I pushed him all the way through the lava.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, yeah. Feels like Razor Shoals is appropriate, right? Shame about the rarity. Boy, they're just gonna really lay it on, huh? I think I'm just gonna keep taking them. I mean, like, palms are good for us, but at this point we have enough boons that we might only get the palms applying 2 boons we don't really care about. We still have several... Like, even our attack bonus, I think, would be good for palm. It's alright, we'll get there eventually. I'm gonna take boons while boons are being offered.
Burn flingers.
Yep, they are definitely getting ruptured. Really cool. Really, really good dual boon. Way into it. Oh, I didn't... The trove was in that room, wasn't it? And I just totally... I got so distracted. Well... Oops. I'm not going to get so distracted that we lose the fishing spot here. Ow. So what is the damage per pulse? It's doing 93, it looks like? So it's still doing full floodshot damage, just 3 times per click, while also... Yeah, man, it seems real good. Obviously, we've lost any semblance of range damage now, which is definitely going to make some parts of Elysium more dangerous. Unfortunately, the bomb skeletons move in such a way that they are largely unaffected by Razor Shoals, because they move in very small bursts. Oops. Okay, hold on. Let's just back off for a second.
In the name of Hades.
Alright, my dude is really coming through here. Boiling Point's not bad. I think I'm inclined to not spend our rerolls until Zeus shows up. By which I mean until we force Zeus into our build.
From the magma fishes.
Ah, yep.
Missed it.
Yep, I fell for it. I fell for the thing. Alright, well, let's go shopping. So, I do think that the Aphrodite-Zeus boon, the Aphrodite-Zeus duo, is maybe not so good with this particular, call.
Pleasure doing business.
But, you know, it's fine. It'll be okay. Let's... Even more Heartbreak Flourish, maybe? So it doesn't say how frequently the rift hits. It's probably 4 to 5 times per second. For 1.2 seconds, and it'll be 1.2 seconds all the time if we get our duo boon. So this doesn't really feel like that great of a lift.
Zesty.
Well, my plan to get a hold of you via the boatman worked out flawlessly. Harness the might of the sea then, why don't you?
You know, I always do. I don't think we actually want this. I do think wave pounding, 20% bonus damage on all of the damage we're going to do with our shot is actually phenomenal, though. And then 75 for 20 gemstones. Karen, what are you doing, mate? These prices are madness. I am a little concerned about our low max HP. A little very concerned.
What's the matter, Lerny? You seem quite upset.
Yeah, the biggest danger here is the amount of forward movement on the thrust attack from the sword. Which makes it very hard to maintain good positioning. We can use the boon, it looks like, to reset. Or the cast, rather. If I attack, cast, then attack again, it does not remember our place in the combo. And I think that's actually really good for us. Oh, that's lava. Don't stand in that. I mean, the big downside here is that this build really wants me to stand next to enemies, and there are a huge number of reasons why that might not work. For example, if the entire ground is covered in lava all around the enemy. We're just going to wait for some of that to fade. Alright. So, of course, the ground must immediately get covered in lava again. Obviously, saving my greater call for the nightmare phase that's about to occur. Yeah, this is tough. We might have to, can I get you to come over here, maybe? Never mind. Yeah, there are definitely some downsides to having a build that has no range damage whatsoever. Hooray! All of the DPS at the same time! I cannot initiate a new cast while I'm in this form. But that was pretty cool. Casting and then going into it was really powerful. Okay, we gotta back up. It might be too much lava. This might be more lava than you're allowed to have at once. Have you consulted the guidebook, Lerny? I think you're breaking the law here, probably. Ah. We'll greater call as soon as... There it is. If only I could recast.
And clear. It's dark, all right.
Okay, well, that's not too bad. That wasn't too bad. We ended up in a place where the fountain is definitely going to restore us to full health. Never mind. So actually, the healing we're getting does feel pretty reduced. You know what? I guess actually almost all... Is it the case that literally all healing is percentage-based? I think it might be... Food items restore a percentage of your max HP. Yeah, so it might be the case that reducing your max HP does reduce incoming effective healing. It's just not listed on the sword because it doesn't really need to be listed. That may be what we're seeing. Alright, so let's pull in Zeus and see if we can't get another duo boon, but so far this is going really well. I am not going to buy that life essence. I think we can restore this naturally.
Take me up.
So Zeus dash into duo boon. We have 2 points of reroll to try to make it happen. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling confident about progress. Can we actually win this run? I don't know. It's hard to say, actually. I think that's going to be a tough one because of the nature of our health pool. Right? It's really easy for us to get blown up, but it's also really easy for us to recover from a non-optimal position. I only actually hit him with like 1 pulse of that, I think. And then we're just like very much hoping for, actually this is a good time to call. That's a good point. We're just very much hoping for Flurry Slash. Flurry Strike would be really good. The amount of health that we get to get back off of those guys is really nice, though, off of the eyeball form of those guys. I was all excited to get him caught in the trap, and then it just removed his blue shield, because, yeah, of course it did. That's how that mechanic works. I do like being this fast. This is actually really nice. Boldy and Hermes both believe in me. I don't really want to get involved in stuff until that guy actually explodes. I guess we could call. Okay. Now let's fight. Special hits wider area, attack deals shadow slash damage. I do like this. Or thrust is really big and powerful. I also like this. I'm actually not sure. We're not specialing all that much anymore, because we don't really need to, right? And the special hitting a wider area is kind of not valuable because we're trying to get really in close to stuff for the Bloodstone anyway. I mean, it's good for hitting large groups of enemies all at once. I think it's probably one of these two. We are standing in place long enough to do the whole combo some of the time, but I'm gonna take Shadow Slash.
Raise a shot.
We're gonna keep trying to work on enemies from the back, and this would give us enough money to profitably shop. But we're not that far off. We could earn it just through, you know, golden pots and killing people, and we do have. Yeah, I'm gonna take the palm. We do have some good palm boons. We just have to get a little bit lucky with the selection that we're offered. It's really hard to fight this many melee exalted in actual melee without taking a lot of hits. However, it's working out okay. Nope, no. How dare you? It looks like if you hit them while they're in the rearming animation, the first hit maybe doesn't deal damage? Or, you know what, that was probably just the blue armor. I think I probably still had blue armor. Sure, I would love to get that backstab damage. But sometimes they are positioned such that that is very difficult. Yeah, the thrust is actually kind of bad now because it's pushing the enemies out of our cast. Oh, we're so close. We're so close to Greater Call. The fact that calling enemies, pressing the cast button and then calling on an enemy assures that we'll be able to get all 3 strikes of the call on them, or the cast on them, is super good. And that will still be true even if we're doing minor calls, I'm pretty sure.
Good enough to eat.
Razor Shoals is going to add up to be a lot of damage. I think this is where we're going. Just a bunch of money versus heart and palm. I don't think we're taking the money on this one. Yeah. Probably not necessary, but, you know, safety. I think I'm going to take the heart. I know it's not a lot of value, but every little bit of room underneath our health cap is actually pretty valuable.
No getting out without a drink.
Oh, yep, here's our man.
You've come, short one. I dreamed of this very moment.
Listen, Asterius, I like you too, but...
Come on, Asterius, we've fought how many times already? What's there to dream about?
No, I dreamed. And in my dream, there was something I had to tell you. Rather, something you have to tell the weapons you wear on your hands. Tell them, I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death.
Okay.
Hey, I know what that is. That's a waking phrase. So I'm to speak it to Malphon. Wait, why are you helping me?
I don't know whether I'm helping you or not, but in my dream, an ancient hero fought a beast of a man bare-handed. They became friends in the end, after a great battle. I long for a fight like that.
Aw, he's upset about the way he's being treated by Theseus, and he wants to be my friend, but he doesn't know how to, like, really engage with that emotionally. That's adorable, and a little sad.
I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death.
Ow. Please don't do that. Oh, do we want to... You know what? Yeah, I probably should. That's a fair point, UI. Hold on, we're going to try something. Okay, it doesn't quite give us the full 3 pulses. It's not exactly long enough. Yeah, man, this shadow damage is real good. Ah, right. Gotta stay back after he does it once in case it's the triple.
See you at home?
She did real good damage there. She is very helpful. Honestly, she's probably more helpful in the butterfly version of this, because she's also petrifying enemies. She seems like a great summon. We should probably give some of the other summons a little bit more of our time. I haven't really done that very much, but she's so good. It's possible they're all that good, I suppose. Oh, that was a silly thing to do. Why would you do that? I really like this. Ow. Really like this duo. Oh! We have our call again. Oh. I don't think I got hit by that. I don't know, man. It didn't look like I was actually in that area. Also, aren't you supposed to give up at more... somewhere about 20% of your health ago? Oh. He doesn't usually fight to that little, does he?
How about, young man, we cease with all the trifling down there and cause a real storm for once? Take now the fiercest of my powers, and you show your no-good father what you're made of.
Alright, show me dash. Awesome.
The Thunder God's might.
I wonder what happens. Was he offering us an exchange there for the cast boon? I wonder what happens if you take that. I'm almost sad I didn't. Alright, so we have here an opportunity to get the one of the duos that we're after. Jesus. This is a nightmare. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. Yeah, there's no way to melee attack them because one of them is literally always shooting. There's no safe way to melee attack them. I guess that's not true. This one we can attack because he's far enough away from the others that even though they are shooting at us, they don't deal damage. Did I just iframe push him through that explosion or something? Why didn't he die from that? Ow. Apparently they've approached. I don't know, I feel like that could have been the end of the room and it would have been just fine. Alright. I was trying to use it to dodge the incoming arrow volley, but it didn't exactly work. See, that time it worked. That more or less worked. Yeah, I wonder, if you change out your cast with a replacement after you take this duo, I wonder if it does just have a version of this that makes sense for each cast boon that you might have.
In the name of Hades.
Alright, so we have the prereqs for the duo, right? Pretty sure. Yes, so let's take a reroll.
Any other blessings, maybe?
Well, okay. That is not what we were looking for, but it's fine. Yeah, we already have an incentive to backstab, so... Don't need you. Probably we shop. 250 is like my absolute threshold for shopping. I'd prefer 300, but at 250 you can still buy, you know, Palm plus Boon. Yeah. Ooh. That challenge is pretty scary. It's tough to know. Tough to know if this is actually a good idea or not. We're definitely buying you. Take that for sure. Bonus backstab damage on enemies who have been hit by my attack sounds pretty alright. Given that we are so incentivized to backstab. And then, yeah, we gotta do this, right? I think we'll have the Eye of Lamia up. We also still have our healing, obviously.
Tell him I said hi, will you?
Should be able to do this. We definitely take Poseidon first here.
The gods want me to choose.
I'm ever grateful, nephew.
Alright, I don't think we want second wave. Yeah, I don't think it's very good for us. But we definitely don't want to spend a reroll on a person who can't give us a duo. Sunken Treasure is kind of no good. Oh, I mean, Hydraulic Might is very bad. So I guess we'll take Sunken Treasure and I will just not take the healing items right away. Feels a little silly, but we'll just avoid them.
But this is such a heartbreak, dearest. Why would you do that? You know that I won't take this lying down.
I'm being respectful. I'm not saying the thing.
You won't appreciate this. Now she's angry.
Okay, that heart is like right on top of us. This is why we left the healing items there. Should I? Maybe I should. You know what? It's a good point. It's a good point. I could use a little bit out. I'm doing my best to stay close to these guys while the shot is going off, but it's kind of tricky because they're very dangerous in close range. Yeah, she's doing a really good job of watching my back, which I really appreciate. Yeah, I didn't run away enough before deciding to get back into melee. Oh, come on. Right after I come out of the invincibility. Nope. Ah, damn it. Okay, you must stop. You must stop. Ah, I got hit by that while I was dashing.
There is no common sense with love, Godling, so why don't we pretend your indiscretion there did not occur?
I'm cool with it. So, like I said, I don't believe we've ever seen a duo boon from a trial. And I wonder if it's impossible to. I sort of don't want to take the reroll here. I think let's grab... We're a little bit late for life affirmation, probably, and it wouldn't be very much bonus life gain anyway. Percentage increases on very small values. But I don't think that Broken Resolve and Empty Inside are very good either, because we're really not using our weaken. I guess I should be. Here, let's take this. We'll try to use it a little bit more, but it'll still be infrequent. So the extra duration will be nice. And then here I think we got to take this over a palm, probably.
Come on, then.
Actually, you know what? I shouldn't even be using my shot here. I should be trying to resolve this entirely with melee attacks because I need the health.
Useless.
Yeah, see, look at how much more reliably the sword knocks stuff off of you when using a deflecting attack. Even if I'm not attacking perfectly in the direction of the thing, like even with the overhead and the slash, which are about as narrow, at least the graphic for them is about as narrow as the graphic on the punches. They still reflect over a much wider area, it feels like. Oh, I ran out of god. Ran out of god juice. Oh god. I think that was some of the best calling we've ever done, frankly. Okay. Feels under control. Feels like we got there. Well, I ran right into that. That's no good. We're taking the palm. This is going to be the pre-boss chamber? Yeah, 34. Yeah, I think we're taking the palm over. I mean, I guess it's like palm versus spend 150 gold for a boon. It's possible that we could get food, too, if there's a gold pot in the room. I don't think there's... It feels unlikely to me that we would want to sell anything. We have a lot of stuff I care about a great deal, actually. Yeah, I guess let's do this. Hopefully it'll be Aphrodite or Zeus. Okay, well... I think we take random boon over heart here. I think that that's probably not the way I would always do it, but here, in this situation where a heart is somewhat devalued and we're on prereqs for a duo.
How lovely.
Okay. We do take this, and we don't get lucky. Okay, well... Different league is probably... This is functionally probably just flat 10% damage reduction, right? Because we're always trying to be on top of stuff. Okay, we can still get the duo. It could still happen. I really like our build. I think it feels really cool.
I see my brethren failed to thwart your advance. Well, you shall go no further.
Ow. What a moment. He was doing that exactly as I tried to hit my special. And he knocked me out of the animation. Always. That was pretty close. I definitely almost got hit there for one attack that had one extra attack that really had very little value in the overall. Just put myself in danger for the fun of it. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, I'm still not entirely used to having Dusa around, and I'm reading her projectiles as things that I need to be worried about.
Undeserving fiend, all which you think you have achieved was merely handed
Oops.
you.
Managed to float myself completely out of range for both my cast and my special there. Ah, right. Forgot about that part. Oh my god.
How now, demon? Ares, suffer and die.
Stop moving around so much. All of our move speed is actually hurting me here because we're sort of gliding out of him really quickly. Yeah, one more. Alright.
I warn you, filth. You'll gain no quarter from me or my good companion over there.
So I'm super bummed out to have lost that Death Defiance, and we were at full health. We got hit twice, and it popped a Death Defiance because that's the place we are in, max HP wise, and it's a real bummer. But also, because we have in-fight healing, Death Defiances don't exactly mean the same thing to us that they always do. This is going to be tricky. We have no range damage at all. Okay, yeah, we gotta take advantage of these moments as best we can. And I can poke him from a distance with the special and then get out of his way. If he bumps us with the front of his chariot, we take a whole lot of damage. Yep, like that. So that's dangerous. Ah. Okay. Just wait over here until he runs out. Well, I think I hit him with like one pulse.
You have no bearing and no grace or courage.
I want to make sure we are not near him when he starts driving again, because we don't want the game to think we have entered his hitbox at all while he is moving. Ooh, little harrowing. And continuing to dash around near him will mean... Ow, I did exactly the thing. Continuing to dash around near him will mean that Zeus is sometimes hitting him, which is good. I think once we push him down into the next phase, things are going to get pretty easy. I think we're going to have an unusually short third phase with Theseus because we do so much damage so quickly. As soon as his imperviousness wears off, we're just going to Greater Call, Floodshot him to tiny pieces.
Come to expect. I'll make you pay for this.
Wait for it.
Olympus, I invoke your aid.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't quite going to be enough. But it was pretty good. It was pretty good, though.
That's one champion unseated. The underworld's power.
And that right there is a really great example of why I think this duo boon is probably generally negative, because the difference between minor calls and greater calls is so huge. Boy, at this point, are we like Black Shawl to just really lean into our backstab damage thing? Or maybe we probably want some kind of damage reduction, actually. Or like Lucky Tooth? Actually, it might be Lucky Tooth. Because I bet it's still going to give us the full 100 health when we res. Yeah, that'll give us some more room for error here. We don't want any of that. Let's just keep moving. So, Aphrodite or Zeus could still yield a duo boon. We no longer have a reroll, but, you know, that's the deal with a thing like this, where it's like totally random chance. The best thing you can do, well, the best thing you can do is rig the roll. But if you can't do that, the best thing you can do is just give yourself an opportunity to take as many rolls as possible. So, there are 2 Aphrodite boons down here, which is great. And neither of them up here. Okay.
I bet it's in here.
Styx is probably going to be a little bit less dangerous to our run over the long term than usual on account of us being able to heal so much during the branches. Also, having deflect on attack can be really powerful in here because it means you don't have to be quite as afraid of the satyrs. And in fact, they can be the instruments of their own undoing, which is fun. Just constantly pulsing water and death all over the place here. I will say this, it is preventing me from getting healing, because we're getting all of the kills with our various boons. Yeah, like, dashing back and forth while constantly pulsing is, like, incredibly powerful. And it's not exactly passive damage, but it's pretty passive, right? Like, I press the button and then we just get in, and regardless of what I'm doing, the damage happens. I can't believe I got hit by that. That's very bad. I am a little surprised, because I didn't think I was dashing in a direction where that was a thing that could have happened. Can we... I mean, if I can fight them without going over there... Oh, I should probably be making sure we restore our health, though. Yeah, this feels a little unfair. These guys at least have an attack animation, so I have time to turn toward them if they're trying to chomp us. The little ones totally hit you before the animation plays. It is a shame I can't get more value out of the thrust. I appreciate those guys letting me refill my health off of them, though.
Can't quite get acclimated to this smell.
Trying to just out-damage the laser. It's working-ish. It's going to stop working now, though. If we can be poisoned, it really screws things up, so... This is a thing where I think, I was trying to dash out of there. Thing where I think our greater call is actually going to be super helpful. Yeah, like I was saying, super helpful. Boy. Probably infinite satyrs until we destroy the two actual mini-bosses, right? That would be my guess. Yeah, and the fact that we have no range damage and the floor is entirely coated in poison is definitely going to complicate things tremendously. Although... How am I... I think I got poisoned while I was in the thing. It looks like it wears off eventually, naturally. Which is nice. That's the thing I don't think we knew. Okay. Yeah. It's not how I was hoping that was going to end. It's fine. We got time. We'll earn it all back. Let's just keep going here. I guess let's take the money next.
Try this way.
Then we'll know what we got in terms of boon buy-in resources. We don't have to panic too much when the one we're actively attacking does his spit, because it's more likely to harm him than it is to harm us. We're going to do this very slow and safe just to make sure we're getting that regen. Gotta keep dashing back after my thrust so that it doesn't pull me into the poison. Okay, if it had had a Kiss of Styx, I think there's kind of a difficult question as to whether or not it's worth it. But it didn't, so we don't have to think about it. You know, just given that, like, our actual progression resource here is duo boons, so we want to make sure we can buy both the Aphrodites, and also, given that it doesn't mean as much to us to be able to, get out of there. It doesn't mean as much to us to be able to resurrect as it usually does, because it's not our only form of healing. Yeah, he's going to get pushed back into the zone where it's not safe for us to follow anymore. Alright, here, let's try to get him to come around. There we go. I'll fight you up against this wall. That's relatively safe. Okay. Back to full.
Found it already.
Ah, that's a shame.
Just the foul sack I need.
Zagreus. Yeah, that's a shame. That's not enough money. Well... We probably would go after the Athena branch next, in the hopes of Athena giving us a Death Defiance back. I don't think there's a whole lot more that we could actually want from Poseidon at this point. And if we get 50 gold from doing it, then that means we get to buy both the Aphrodite boons. I think that's probably the right thing to do. The odds are pretty good that we will end up reasonably high on health, but unfortunately a huge amount of that depends on what the final chamber looks like, right? I'm trying so hard to lower the number of these things. We're very sustainable, but we're not really that quick at killing with this this build. And that does make me a little nervous, because against Hades, sustainable but only in close doesn't really feel like sustainable at all. Okay, don't know what poisoned me. I definitely didn't get poisoned by the one we were attacking, because he couldn't have, because he was hit stunned. So yeah, I don't know. I can't actually walk out of the corner at all, because this rat poison mechanic is maybe not super well thought out. Okay, managed to get one satyr down pretty quickly there. Do not like it. Do not like the amount of damage I'm taking in this room. I didn't want to be using the pulse because I wanted to make sure we were actually getting health back from the little rats, but also that means you get bit a lot. Oh god. I do not like the fact that there are little off the ground areas around here that they can hide in. Again, the difficulty distribution on these is so screwed up. Like the fact that the non-mini boss versions of the branches are easily 10 times as hard as the mini boss ones really sucks, and there's no way it's the intent, right? Oh. Just stay over here then. This is a tricky one. Just keep moving. A very strong urge to stand still and fight and try to blow up one of the crystal dudes early, but I do not think it is a good idea to follow that urge. Here's the thing about your urges, your gut feelings. Some of them are garbage. You must learn when to recognize that and disregard them. It turns out the part of your body that knows stuff is the brain. Don't listen to the other parts. Also, sometimes don't listen to the brain either.
Keep fighting, cousin. Fight from out of that eternal gloom. I trust you'll be joining us upon Olympus shortly.
I sure hope so. She has, in fact, offered us a death defiance, and I will take it.
Some of Charon's wares.
No, okay. I wouldn't have taken a Kiss of Styx, of course, but, you know, might have been okay. We will take an Eye of Lamia now that we know that the Bloodstones can drop health. That's certainly useful. Stygian Shard's not going to do anything. Yeah. Okay. That feels like a pretty successful branch right there.
Should I go fight some satyrs to get out of here?
I should go buy some boons.
Just what I need.
This is probably not very good. Boy, none of these are very good, actually. I mean, if we accidentally charm Hades, that does prevent him from doing damage to us for a second. But we don't... The only weaken we have is Heartbreak Flourish, and I will be trying to do that periodically, because weaken is actually valuable. I think we actually just take more weaken. And then this is going to be the duo, right?
Here's the fee.
No. Wow, she really wants us to take that legendary.
Beautiful.
Okay. That seems alright. So, we have 120 HP, 3 reses, one of which might take us back to 100, and a tremendous amount of healing. And not a lot of damage, but weaken and, you know, a tremendous amount of healing. We might be able to do this. This might actually work.
The prince compels the multi-headed hound to let him pass.
And whether or not this works, this run was very successful.
Thank you, boy.
In the sense that we got one of the duo boons off of the list, and we learned a new waking phrase. Both of these are things that I feel very strongly about.
Got here as quickly as I could.
Be still. These waters, teeming with Poseidon's river denizens. That one there before me, it's been taunting me, I think, for quite some time.
That's actually very funny. Does he not know about spearfishing? He has a huge spear.
You offering to take me fishing, father? Sounds more pleasant than having you slaughter me again, or the other way around.
You mistook my meaning. First you shall have my spear. Then that thing shall, if it has not yet come to its senses by then. Though if you vanquish me, I'm certain your uncle shall not mind if you extract it yourself.
You know, I wasn't really thinking about it, but that's actually kind of tricky in terms of family dynamics. Like, I bet if Hades came up to the surface and killed a fish, it would actually be like a diplomatic incident. It would be an international incident. Whew, alright. It's gonna be a tough one. But one where we have room for, a little bit more room for mistake making than usual. Oh right, I should be doing this. And we are definitely going to save Dusa until... It should probably be the second time he summons minions, right? I'm trying to make sure that he remains weakened as much as possible here. And lots of backstabbing. Always backstabbing. Oop, that's no good.
Zacharias, how fared your plunder of my domain?
Not bad at all this time.
It was okay, actually. Thanks for asking. I really appreciate it. We're coming up on Greater Call territory. Also, thanks for the health. Oh, right. Can't just use a single special for that. I did give them a damage shield. This guy is definitely the more critical target. Oh god, oh god. I did not prevent it from exploding, but I did prevent the explosion from hitting me somehow. Not really sure how I did that. Yeah, this sucks. That one's gonna blow. Oh, no, I think I got it. Ooh. Hey, that could have gone a lot worse, man. Just gotta remember we gotta keep blasting him. Gotta keep weakening, keep hitting him in the back, and just don't get stupid.
So you there?
This isn't what we compensate the Gorgon for.
Does she not get to know ahead of time? Like, I wonder if she, when I make the call, if it's basically just, like, totally blind for her. Because I do feel bad for suddenly calling her in against Hades if she didn't understand that's what was happening. It's probably quite a fright we gave her there. Oops, that was bad. Heal quickly. Okay.
Let's finish this.
Pretty damn good. This cast boon seems really great. I really like it. Ow. That's not how you're supposed to do that. Don't let him do that to you. It's, dangerous. Alright, I'm gonna intentionally break a couple of these. I was really hoping we were gonna get more breaks there.
Even my enemies don't want you to leave.
Ares, blood and death together hand in hand.
Who doesn't love blood and also death? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was going to run out exactly as that thing exploded. Oh, this is bad. Oh, also, I overran my cover.
You're merely stalling, boy.
You're not wrong. Just trying to buy time for my call to come back up.
You brought this on yourself.
Oof. Really love to kill this thing. Okay, there we go.
Stuck.
Oh, I pressed F. Ah. This fucking sucks.
This is for your own good.
Yeah, the random imperviousness is definitely my least favorite mechanic about the boss fights in this game. Oh, it's bad. I don't even know why that broke. We were not doing damage. He keeps turning around. Every time I get behind him and do some backstab damage, he just turns around. Ooh, I was real worried we were still going to get grabbed by that. Damn it.
Not yet.
Death is inescapable.
That did take us back to 100.
Ares, suffer and die.
Please don't become impervious. Also, please don't run away so effectively. Wow, did he just do 100 damage to me in a single frame?
Results from you.
I'm not 100% sure what happened there. That definitely shouldn't have happened that way.
How am I going to beat him?
Well, that's disappointing. That build was super strong, and that should have been frustrating. That should definitely have been a win, and he really did, like... He did a thing to us that we had no way of interacting with there at the end. I'm not even sure what happened.
They won't catch me sleeping on the job again.
Like, it looked like it was... We caught a bloodstone in the face, and he must have done another attack at the same time, because the bloodstones don't do enough damage.
I got acquainted with the twin fists of Malphon recently, sir. Fills me with a kind of battle hunger I'd not felt before. To think the empty hand could have as much destructive force as any weapon.
Okay, both you and Asterius have got to chill the hell out on this. It is not an empty hand. It's a big magic glove with, like, sharp knuckles. It's not... There's stuff on the hand.
The empty hand has more destructive force than any weapon, lad. It is the only weapon that can wield all others. All others are nearly powerless. The twin fists are a testament to that. Use them with care. Don't lose your head out there.
You can tape any weapon to a gun, and it works just fine. I played Final Fantasy VIII.
Thank you.
Alright, let's go. Oh, I'm going to try to push this thing over.
poke.
Yeah, what's up now, statue?
Cerberus cannot be bothered at this time.
You seem quite agitated as of late, my friend. Is anything amiss with you, perhaps?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
Oh, no, I'm all right, Orpheus. Just a lot on my mind is all. Sorting out what's next. Stuff I need to work through on my own.
Oh, well, I truly understand. I was reluctant to discuss my long-lost muse, really for quite some time. Well, if you do require some emotional support, know that I likely shall be standing over here.
Appreciate it, mate.
That does seem likely.
Nyx, you'd tell me if I made a terrible mistake, or even just a bad one, wouldn't you? I need your guidance on this one, or maybe your approval.
Oh, I maybe shouldn't be present for this.
You shall always be the best determiner of what is right about such matters, Megara. Though if you seek my blessings or encouragement in this particular pursuit, please rest assured, you have them both. You know the way from here.
I hope that you're right. You always have been, it's just that I wish I had your confidence in this.
Is it egotistical to assume that was about me?
This is not here.
It feels like it was about me. Oh, I didn't catch any fish. I would have been able to catch a fish if we had defeated Hades. We should probably not be walking around with 0 nectar in case opportunities for nectar exchange arrive. We have already nectared out many of the people in the house, but not you, although this is magic number 6.
I am indebted to you, Zagreus, both for your friendship and embarrassment of generosity.
And I, in turn, am indebted to you, Orpheus, for your calm demeanor and ability to accept life's greatest challenges. You inspire me, and I wish you the best.
Alright, well, we pulled one of our one of our 3 remaining duo boons. Oh, I should check the garden. You're right. Ow, that's a wall.
This garden may not have all the varieties available up on the surface, though it's coming along rather nicely, I should say.
And it smells fresh, too.
Purple. It smells very purple. That's a compliment. Purple's... Listen, of all the colors, purple is maybe the best smelling. Gotta practice. It's very important. Zagreus, do not turn up your nose at this. There is a prophecy that says I shall someday know how to play this goddamn thing.
Not even tired, thanks.
Okay, so...
A prophecy's been added to the list.
Good news. We have a prophecy added to the list that will reward us with 2 ambrosia, even if we don't beat Hades next time, so that's good. And then, we're working on these divine pairings. Stubborn Roots and Smoldering Air. So that's Athena, Demeter, and Aphrodite, Zeus. I think those are both perfectly reasonable pairs of gods, and we honestly might even be able to finish it off next time. This next run might do it. Let's go check in with the house contractor. And then... we're not going to be able to unlock the thing because we don't have blood or ambrosia right now. We're close. Well, we'll get there. We'll figure it out. So... What do we want? The Great Hall doesn't need more love. We don't really have a lot of stuff we can afford for the West Hall, though. There's some cool stuff. I want an intricate contraption. Alright, I guess we're saving up on gemstones for a while. Well, what weapon will we use for this next run, then? We're just trying to unlock some more resources. Is there anything that we have fresh rewards available on? Let's see here. The Darkness wants us to use the gloves, which, okay, I'm into. We can do that. So, I mean, I don't know why I even looked. We know we don't have stuff with this.
Malphon, I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death. The hidden aspect of an ancient god king, Gilgamesh.
For a moment there, I sort of hoped that it would be like a boxer. Aspect of... Here's a problem. I'm struggling to think of a boxer who's not like an absolute horrible garbage person. So, a lot of famous boxers are actually, like, profoundly bad people. Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know my boxers too well. But that would have been fun, right? Instead, we got Gilgamesh, which is also good. It's got to be it's got to be a person of myth, right? You need a fake boxer. You need that guy. What's his name? Junk Dog? Junkyard? I can't remember. You know, that anime. That's there should be at least one aspect that's from an anime, obviously. Hopefully one of them is aspect of Goku. This would have been a good one, actually. So, heavy attack plus 2 rapid dash charges, and the dash upper inflicts maim. Foes take 25% damage, but deal 50% more for 4 seconds, and then take a burst of damage. Deeply terrifying. Truly, truly terrifying. Against many enemies, you're going to be able to control that really well by just, like, doing the thing and then hit stunning them, but against bosses, that's going to be quite scary. Alright, well. So we don't have fresh rewards up with this. I bet we don't have fresh rewards up with anything. Oh no, we will with the shield. Okay, I think we're probably going to do a shield run then. Yeah, because with the shield, we could potentially get 1 blood and 1 ambrosia is all we would need to actually open up the new gloves. But obviously, if we pulled off the duo boons at the same time, that would be pretty great. And we just used the spear, we just used the sword, so yeah, it's got to be a shield run. Okay, I don't know what aspect we'll use.
Of your power.
It could just be Beowulf again. Beowulf's pretty fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. But this is definitely the one, right? Show me. Pact, show me. Yes, this is definitely the one. Okay, well. That is going to have to be where we call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we are going to be earning some new resources, unlocking some fancy new aspects, and then we only have 2 fancy aspects to go, right? There's just the sword and the gun. I have no idea what we're actually doing to earn the unlocks. It might totally just be random chance. So I guess fingers crossed, everybody. Hopefully we'll get those soon too. And we'll see you then.